Now we have a decent compilation of ammo there. We're going to test out with this HK. Let's get to it.
Alright guys, we are back and we are excited to be doing the video today. If you want to take part in the giveaway, the $20 Amazon gift card, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up down there, give us the old like, and leave a comment so that we know you're entered to win. Today we're going to talk about a firearm I've been really excited about, really wanted to put this video together for you guys, and I'll give you a little heads up, it is neither of these. So we're not going to talk about those, we're going to talk about, BAM! This is the HK P30. The LEM, which is the law enforcement modification. This thing is freaking sweet, guys. Alright, as is tradition, we're not going to go too much into detail. If you guys want to know the exact specifications of everything, you can look it up. It's not really that big a deal. My hand size is just sub 3 inches, so that gives you kind of a frame of reference so you can get a tape measure, a ruler, and figure out how big your hand is. You can see how this thing really fits in there. Just to give you an idea, this thing is free and clear. We have nothing in the magazine, it's just an empty firearm, and we're just going to play around with that today. Alright, jumping right in on the pros and cons list. Number 1, ergonomics and looks. This thing is a very sleek design. I really absolutely love the look. It looks really sharp and it's got really nice edges and curves to it. The slide serrations on this thing are very functional. They're not aggressive, but they're very nice and they work really well. I just absolutely love the way this thing looks. My favorite part is this bevel up front. It really allows for holstering really well, and it just slides right in. It glides in, and it also adds to the look and feel of the gun. I really like that. You got your rail down here for mounting a flashlight, and let me tell you this, honestly, these grips, these finger grooves here, they are second to none. I don't know if you can really tell the texturing there, but this is super fine texturing, and it really just conforms to your hand. I can tell you this honestly, I have never felt a pistol that feels as good in hand as this one, and I've handled tons of them. The ergonomics on this are unparalleled. That's all I gotta say. They are really excellent. When you get one of these pistols, you're going to get a ton of different back straps and all kinds of stuff, a small, medium, and large overall. But you're also going to get these middle panels. So you're going to get a bunch of these that really fit inside there, and they come out fairly easy, so you can really adjust this thing for your hand. It also, I don't know if you can tell, it's marked on the inside, so you can tell exactly which size it is for each individual hand. So that is definitely a plus in my book. All right, number 2, the action. So what this is this is a double action only pistol, and traditionally I am a striker fire guy. I really like the ease of using a striker fire pistol. One of the reasons that I also like double action only pistols is it gives you the opportunity for a second strike, and what that means is when there's a round in the chamber, which there is not, the hammer would be back like that, and you can decock it like this. That's how a double action single action works, and what that does is it safely drops the hammer so you can carry around in the chamber loaded without carrying the hammer back. So that's a big plus in this situation. And with the striker fire, what that means is that you don't have the opportunity for a second strike. And so if the round doesn't go off, the way that you would traditionally do it is you tap it and chamber a new round, and then you'd be ready to go. With this one, you would just pull the trigger until it goes off. Now with the double action only, how that would work is you'd initially rack the round into the chamber, drawing the hammer back, but then it would go back into the slide. And you have this really easy, smooth operating trigger. And bam, you'd have a round go off. Now, in the situation that a round wouldn't go off, you have a very, very stiff trigger pull. You can see my finger turning red right there. It's extremely stiff up until this point, and then it breaks. Now, when I spoke with the HK representative, the reason why he said that that stiff trigger pull happens like that is because it's like a rubber band. So this is the initial round going off. It's really, really light and easy. But if it was to have a malfunction and you needed that round to go off, the second strike, the reason it's so stiff is because you're pulling back that band extra, extra long to ensure that that round goes off the second time. So that's the reason why it's so stiff. That's a common misconception that people don't actually talk about on the internet. I don't know why. This is an amazing pistol. Number 3, reliability. This thing has gone through extensive testing by HK. I mean, through all the reading and information to put this video together, I've really done a lot of research. And HK has taken a P30 in testing and put 91,000 rounds through it. 91,000 rounds to get it tested and truly ready for the market. I don't think you realize if they put 91,000 rounds through a pistol at that cost, at the average market cost of a 9mm bullet, you would have to spend $26,000 in order to make the gun malfunction. They had 91,000 successful rounds before any major malfunctions happened in this firearm. Not this specific one, but this model. That's insane. That is insane. That's so much. I can't even comprehend it. They just put so much effort in really truly testing this thing that I am just honestly blown away by the facts and what they've really put forward here. This is an awesome, awesome, reliable firearm. I put all kinds of ammunition through this thing during testing, and it's eaten it all up. I have not had a single malfunction with this, and I am just thoroughly, thoroughly impressed. Number 4, lifetime warranty. They have just, gone above and beyond, in all honesty, guys. Like, it has a lifetime warranty. The P30 and all of HK's products, they are backed by a lifetime warranty. Yes, it is to the original owner. So if you go out and you buy one of these firearms, you can trust that buying it new, if the 91,000 rounds you shoot through this thing eventually cause it to break, you can tell HK that you had an issue with it and potentially have a brand new firearm sent out to you. Now that would really be varying on the situation at hand, but it is backed by a lifetime warranty. So that is absolutely humongous in my opinion. Number 5, maintenance. This thing is truly, truly an awesome design, an awesome pistol, and overall HK just really hit the home run with this thing. The same people that tested this, putting the 91,000 rounds through it, also have put 12,000 rounds through it without cleaning it. So you got 12,000 rounds through this firearm without having it cleaned, and it was still functioning. That is huge in and of itself, just because, one, I hate cleaning my firearms. I can't speak for everybody in the community, but taking guns apart and cleaning them and whatever, that's not my idea of a fun afternoon. Maybe it is for you. That's just me. I'd rather put 12,000 rounds through and not have to clean it. That is just, excellent in my opinion. Number 6, sights. Now the sights on this thing are just glow in the dark. They are not night sights, but they do pick up light very, very well, and I will show you here momentarily, but they are just absolutely excellent. And when you compare them to Sig night sights, glow in the dark, I mean, these things are really outstanding as far as general purpose, inside your house or whatever. Now the thing I'll say is that from my experience with them, they don't hold the light very long. They will eventually start to I guess dim a lot, but for the time that they are lit, they are extremely bright, just like anything else. Glow in the dark stuff, when it's lit well or lit for a while, they glow in the dark for a while, but eventually they're going to fade. The night sights are obviously going to be long term, probably better, but for what these are and for the for the overall experience with them, they're very, very good. Now on to the cons. Number 1, cost. A lot of people are really hesitant to dive in on a P30, just honestly and mainly because of the cost. I mean, it's expensive. This gun cost around $820, give or take. I found it on Grab-A-Gun for like $822. you can get a deal on one of these. These things will run up into the $950s, close to $1,000. But if you get one that's used or one that, you know, you bought brand new, I got this one for $600. And I mean, it is really, really flawless. There's a little bit of scuffing right there, which I am not worried about in the slightest bit. But overall, I mean, it is really well done. And I can't complain about that. But if you're hesitant, I mean, there's always the $500 Glock. You can go get one of those, which is still not a bad pistol. This thing, though, absolutely outstanding. The cost did not deter me one bit because I just really, really like this firearm. Number 2, accessories. This thing comes with 2 magazines, a box, some back straps, and a lock. Just very plain Jane stuff. This magazine, if you buy one of these magazines, if you can find them, is right around 40 to 45 bucks. So you're gonna spend a pretty penny to get one of these. Downside, nobody else makes them. I've been looking. If you know someone, please leave a comment. But overall, you're basically stuck with HK in this, and you're gonna pay 45 bucks for another magazine. I'm not going to need much more than 3. That's just my opinion. If it's a carry gun, I probably won't use more than 3. So I may just spend the extra 40 bucks and get one. But overall, accessories are pretty expensive with this thing. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because HK is the only one producing them. But as far as Metgar and all those other aftermarket companies, you're really not going to find anything for it. Number 3, the trigger. So like we talked about, this is a double action only pistol, and when you're online and you're reading and you're talking to people about it, a lot of people complain about the trigger itself. That's kind of the biggest issue a lot of people seem to have. Now, we showed you the ease of operating that. It's really, really easy. Not a lot of force required to pull the trigger when it's like this. That's where you start to feel tension. That's the travel. That's the break. Now, here's the big problem with this, as far as other people's concerned. There's the reset, and you still have travel and a little bit of creep, but it still goes bang. Now, that may be an issue for some people. I did not have a problem with it whatsoever. Some people were saying that it's really, really difficult to shoot this thing fast. I did not experience that one bit. If you saw the beginning of the video, you saw me shooting it on the quicker side. It's not a problem. I'm not going to shoot competitions. That's not my forte, but I mean, if you need to shoot it in rapid succession, it's really not that difficult. So I'm not really sure why people are complaining about the trigger. But, you know, if that's an issue for you, you can check out like grayguns.com or any of the other websites that work on HKs, and they can help you lighten up that spring tension. It's not a problem for me. I don't think it's going to be a problem for you. So don't necessarily listen to all the people bashing this. This is a great firearm. Number 4, the sights. Yes, I do realize that we talked about the sights as a positive. Now we're going to talk about it a little bit as a negative. So we talked about how they are not night sights, they're just glow-in-the-dark sights. I think most people, their problem with that is the fact that this is an $850 to $1,000 range gun, and that it doesn't come with night sights. That's not really a problem for me. Now, I understand that it is a pricey gun, and you are spending some money to get this thing. The money you're spending goes into the technology that developed this and all the different like ergonomic features and slide serrations and the grip and all the detail and effort that went into all that stuff. I don't have a problem with them charging, you know, $850 and not putting night sights on there. You may. It's not that expensive to replace them in the $100 to $150 range. And you're going to have a pistol that's going to last your lifetime, your kid's lifetime, and probably your grandkid's lifetime. I mean, you really are making an investment when you purchase one of these. So the fact that the sights are not night sights or tritium or anything like that, non-issue for me. Overall review of this, I mean, I'm being straight up. You guys know I love Glock. You know I love Sig. So I'm not biased when I start talking about this. The P30 LEM is my absolute favorite gun. I love this thing. I just shoot it very well. It's very accurate. It feels amazing in hand. I love all these firearms, but I'm telling you, there is no firearm I have ever held that feels better in hand than this one. It is just excellent overall design, ergonomics, functionality. I'm just so thoroughly impressed with this, and I'm just a huge HK fanboy now, I guess. I don't know. I love all these guns. But I'm telling you, HK really took the cake when they designed this thing, and I am so happy with it. Don't be hesitant to go out, rent one, and try one. I think you're really, really going to like it and find that the money is well spent. All right, dudes. Make sure you like and subscribe. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pike, so be up to date on that. Later.